Hey, welcome back. Today's the last day of working on this cab. I've gotten most of it underneath done. I'm going to show you the last little bit I'm working on. I also want to mention, if you can take the time to watch this, I'm going to show you everything I did to get to this point. If you don't mind, I'm getting a lot of hits on it, but I don't have any subscribers. I only got 14 subscribers right now. I'd like to get a lot more. And if you don't mind leaving a comment and liking, I'm always asking questions out loud. But that's the last patch. There was a hole, rust hole, right under here. That's right under the A column. So I cut out the rust on the rocker and then got to the A column, treated the rust underneath and put a patch in, and that's the patch. And then you can see I've painted the rest of the underneath, and I got to do some welding. I'm not going to show it in this frame here because I can't climb under there. But I'll show you how I'm going to touch up the seams between the floor pan and the old work next. And then I'm going to conclude this video. But I'm going to start with this video, show you how I got there. Okay, welcome back to my garage. Give you an update of what's going on. I got the cab sitting on the floor here. I think today I want to try to tip that up on its on the firewall, on the frame that I built, the rolling frame, using the shop crane over there. We already know that it'll nosedive if I pick it properly or improperly from that lifting rig I built. I want to get underneath, clear up the rust that's underneath, and then I'm done with rust treatment on this vehicle, I think. Knock wood. Famous last words. I just want to show you this real quick. Here's the chassis, or the frame, or whatever you want to call it, all painted. I do need to give it another coat, probably underneath, so I want to figure if I could tip this up on its side. I could probably paint underneath a lot easier than laying on my back and trying to hold the sprayer. You can see some spots that I've missed. What I've painted this with after the rust treatment is just regular Rust-Oleum black, and I think it looks pretty darn good. So I'm going to go on to this. I'll probably try this in time lapse so you can check it out, and we'll go from there. Of course, before I get started, got to roll all this stuff out of the way and make room for myself to work. So luckily I got this bay open. The Jeep is on the road, all registered and running. So here we go. Okay, so I got it up in the air. I'll show you what's going on underneath, because I got to get it a little higher to work on it. But here's underneath, right? And it's just, surface rust up here on the bottom of the floor. No big deal. But then what I have to deal with, let me get my other glove off so I can turn this camera. Over on the passenger side, way down there, there's one little rust hole, about 2 inches long, about 1 inch wide. I'm going to cut that out, seal it. I gotta get the front up and move that board out of the way. But then on the back side, let me see if I can walk this in, spin it around, don't get dizzy. I'm going to treat all this surface rust, that's no big deal. But then over here, we do a rust through on the inside of the cab corner. But I'm going to cut that out and clean up underneath it and whatnot. Actually, I could probably check how my rust treatment from the inside worked once I open that up a little bit. And then finally, if I could show you this, bring it down and over. I don't think it's showing very clearly. There it is. The seam between the patch panel and the old piece. I'm going to clean that weld up a little bit. So I've got a few more hours of work to do on this cab, at least. So that's what I'm gonna be doing all day today, I think. It's just treating rust and cleaning up. So I'm gonna go get my better PPE on. Oh, you gotta take this rubber off and that retainer and clean that up too. Probably have to take that off first. That'll probably be the first order of business, is getting that rubber piece off. Now that I get at that, the running boards are usually in the way. So I'll start on that and we'll see how that goes. It's probably gonna go like shit because every screw's gonna be rusted in. And in fact, I'm gonna spray those with PB Blast right now. All right, as you see, I got this thing jacked up pretty high with the crane. And I just finished grinding or wire wheeling as much as I could without climbing under there and really risking my life, because I don't trust that rig, and nobody should really climb under things that are just hanging by a chain. But before I get this up on jack stands, I think that's, I'm going to do as much as I can. So what I'm seeing, there's a couple little hole throughs there I can patch. But I'm thinking I want to treat this with the rust mort now. This is very similar to the condition of the ceiling of the cab, which I treated earlier. And I think I'm going to end up with the same result. It's going to, just paint it out. It'll be black. It'll look good. I'm going to probably do this in pieces. Probably do the first quarter or first half from here up, and see how it comes out. If it gets good results, I'll keep going. If not, I'll think of something else. But it looks pretty good. I like it. I don't think it's worth trying to put this on a trailer and send it to a sandblaster. It's solid. I mean, no holes in that. It's just surface rust, which I knocked off a lot of it if you watch the time lapse. So I'm going to try some phosphoric acid on there next. Back at it today. Treated the entire bottom with the phosphoric acid. Came out pretty good. I mean, you can see bare metal in some spots. Let me get the light on. Goes down to bare metal. Look at that underside, nice and clean. Just a little film on it. I don't know what that is, but I think I gotta sand it or wipe it down. I'm gonna give it a couple of days to dry. What I want to do today, this is kind of an odd situation. This is the inner cab corner. Usually these trucks, the cab corners rot out, and you replace the cab corner, and then you find out your inner cab corner is rotted too, but you got your outer cab corner off. Here, my outer cab corner is in great shape. Just got this little tiny hole that I gotta open up. So I gotta figure out what tool to use to open that up with. And what I'll do while it's open, if there's any spots that I missed with the spray, the rust killer spray, I'll clean them up on the inside of the rocker. Let me start over. Okay, I'm back. This is after I've cut some access holes and excised the rust. This is the driver's side cab corner, the inner cab corner. I'll just move this light. I don't know if you can see that. It's green in there. There it is. That's the Eastwood product that comes with a 20-inch extension sprayer, and you just shove it down. And I think if you saw the time-lapse video, I sprayed some of that, and I got another access hole here. And there's plenty of that Eastwood product in there, so I did a good job on this side. Now, if I traverse around to the other side, I only had to cut one access hole up on this cab corner there. Now, there was some of the Eastwood product, but not enough. So I reached in with a 1-inch brush and spread around some of that SEM rust encapsulator product. You can see I had some left over, and I just pasted it on the outside here too, and did all those seams. And I did the same thing on the passenger side. See, it's already dry and clear, so that means most of the rust is dead already, because when it encapsulates rust, I think it turns black, if I remember right. That's what we had on the inside of the cab in one of my early videos when I was playing around with this SEM product. Next is I'm going to make some patches and try to patch those up, and hopefully we'll be done with all the rust repair on the cab. Okay, here's a view from the back of the cab underneath. I got it jacked up still. It's been 3 days in the air so far. But the cab corners, or the inner cab corners, the patches are done. And then I had put a sub patch over there on the rocker. And then on the inside here, I patched that as well. I think the light from the window's washing it out. But then I've painted half of the underside of the cab, maybe a little more than half, with Rust-Oleum. And I'm going to now set this cab down flat because I want to use the crane on the other side, maybe pick it up from the other way and get other for the other side. And I got one more hole to patch at the bottom of the A-pillar, right where that piece of 2x4 is. So I got to pick this thing up, support it, and get under there and patch that last hole. And then I think I'm done with the cab for a while, and I'm going to start concentrating on the chassis. Okay, just finished painting this cab underneath. So all the rust holes are now patched, and this is sealed. So I don't want to say the cab's done. It's very far from finished. I think what I might do tonight is actually order all the rubber. I think comes to around $350 worth of weather stripping and retainers. Of course, the retainers aren't rubber; they're metal. They're like 80 bucks each. It's ridiculous. 2 thin strips of metal go around the doors. But the cab is sealed. What I'm probably going to do now is keep it on this rolling frame and store it while I work on the frame on the inside. And I appreciate you guys watching, and if you can subscribe, that'd be great. Leave me a comment. I probably asked a few questions. If you can answer anything, it'd be great. Take care.